East Coast Thunder eSports Tour Modified Series live on Apex Racing TV. I'm your host, Joshua Lee. Joining me in the commentary booth is Brian Delp, and Marco Barbanera is down in the production trailer. And Brian, 10 weeks of action leads us to tonight here at the USA International Speedway. We're going to crown a champion. What do you think is going on tonight here at the track?
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be a big night. I think it's going to be it could be the best chance we get at green flag runs, or it could be the worst night for green flag runs. We'll have to kind of see how the drivers take it. USA is a track that they almost all have experience on because you start on this when you are a rookie here on iRacing. So this track is familiar to a lot of them, just might be in different cars. So we'll have to see how they end up taking this. This is what I like to call Martinsville with banking. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they end up taking it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, though, if they can keep it clean, and it's going to put on some good show for us tonight.
Long straightaways, tight corners, and like you mentioned, that banking in the corners makes it ever so unique. Now moving on to the points. We have two distinct fighters in the points championship tonight. That is Tyler Catalano and Cullen Johnston. Tyler Catalano leads the points with 403 total. Cullen Johnston in second, 5 points behind with 398. Tyler Catalano, 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s. To Cullen Johnston's 2 top 5s and 6 top 10s. And with 4.5 minutes left in practice, taking a look at the timing sheet right now, the 64 Tyler Catalano sits 3rd and Cullen Johnston sits 12th on the speed charts. Brian, what does the 84 machine of Cullen Johnston need to do tonight to make sure that he can have a fight for that points championship come the checkered flag in the future?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you got to keep your car clean, and you just got to be able to run fast. You can't be sitting back in the field, really, because you know that Catalano's going to be up there and putting in the laps needed. So you really just got to be up on your game and make sure that you're there with him so that if something does happen to him where a wreck happens and he gets taken out, you can be up front still and make up that points needed, because if you're not there, you're not going to really have a chance.
Practice about 3 minutes, 40 seconds away from expiring. The race format for tonight, same as we've had every week here on Apex Racing TV. 3-minute qualifying, top 6 will automatically advance to the feature race, with both of our heats then coming up after qualifying, where the top 4 will automatically make their way into the feature out of those races. Now, right now, we have 18 drivers registered. That means we will only have 1 heat, and everybody will make it into the feature race. But before that feature race, we will have a 3-minute warm-up. Everybody just getting in their final practice laps right now before qualifying. Everybody just making sure their cars are ready to go here for championship night here at the USA International Speedway. And the fight for the championship will be decided here tonight after 9 weeks of action here in the East Coast Thunder eSports Tour Modified Series.
Yeah, I'm really just excited to get this going already, because you can kind of feel it. These guys are ready to get going. I think it's going to be a lot of fun once they do. The times are looking very, very different at the moment. So although Tyler Cox has really closed in on Cisco early on when we got in here, there was a big discrepancy there between them two. But Tyler Cox has really started to close it down here in the gap to where Cisco's running a 19.23 as his best, and Cox is running a 19.32. So it's definitely a lot closer than it was with Catalano there in a 19.35. So the field is pretty close as long as they can make up that 1/10. They're right there with Cisco. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see these guys try to take that spot from him.
Looking at James Gerald in the 92. Great to see him back here in the series tonight. Tyler Catalano, your current points leader, still sits 3rd on the speed charts, 19.345. Fastest time is from Kyle Cisco, 19.233. And he has been fast every single time he is on the track in this series. And here at USA, that is just no different, with Cisco on the top and Tyler Cox right under him. And again, the past couple weeks, Tyler Cox has been right there in the shadow of Kyle Cisco.
Yeah, and we kind of saw it throughout all the time. So last week there was the controversy that ended up happening there, and Cisco was able to end up picking up the win after that. So Cisco is technically going for back-to-backs here tonight. We have points wise, he's not really in the running for that championship, but I'm sure a nice another virtual trophy would look good on in his virtual cabinet.
He is currently sixth in the point standings, 88 points behind the lead, so he is ineligible for tonight's points championship. And technically, Matthew Lambert, who sits in third, 22 points behind, he does technically have a mathematical chance if enough drivers register. But right now, 18 cars are registered. He will be mathematically eliminated once qualifying ends if more drivers do not register. So Matthew Lambert, he led the points championship for a long time throughout the middle course of this season. But unfortunately, before the green flag even falls on any of our heats or feature race here tonight, he is going to be eliminated from that points fight.
Yeah, and it was just one of those things where he was running really consistent, mid-pack really, but eventually that's going to catch up to you. We saw he had a couple bad nights where an incident would occur and he got a bit of it and ended up down in the running order at the end of the race, and it just really cost him points at that point. So, and meanwhile, these guys that were out there and running every race and started winning some of these races, and it really pulled them away. So it's sad for Matthew Lambert, but he did give us a great show for the first half of the season of what